When I say circumpolar, you say wind and solar. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Circumpolar!
Wind and solar!
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 It's calling forth. It's calling forth. And in the spirit of calling forth, our next speaker, this is another woman who I first heard the spirit from which the words were coming. And so it is a great honor and delight to get to be inviting Princess Johnson up. Princess is from the Daazhraii gwich'in from Arctic Village, Alaska. She is a former director of the gwich'in Steering Committee and is currently an organizer for the Alaskan Indigenous Environmental Justice Group, Red Oil. She's been a leader in the North on the path towards climate justice and environmental justice for many years. She's also currently in a master's program at the University of Alaska Anchorage in education. And so join me in saying thank you, Princess, and come up.
Shalaknai, hello. Shojit Daazhraii ji Daazhraii gwich'in ichli. Shiahanai Catherine Stephen Peter Oji Gavakwa. So in our culture, we always introduce who our grandparents are. So my name is Princess Daazhraii Johnson, and my grandparents are the late Catherine and Stephen Peter from Daazhraii from Arctic Village, Alaska. And I was really thinking today about what defines me as a Daazhraii gwich'in woman. And so much of what defines me as Daazhraii gwich'in is the caribou. We have a spiritual relationship to the porcupine caribou herd that dates back thousands and thousands of years. And it's a very humbling thing when you realize, like, as I'm standing here, I am only able to stand here today because of what our Mother Earth has provided, the ecosystem for that caribou to thrive. That ecosystem that allows that caribou to thrive is what allows the gwich'in people to thrive and continue to thrive to this day. When I go up to Daazhraii and I visit with my relatives, the first thing they do is say, come in, Anai, come have some vatsai, I have fresh vatsai, I have fresh meat I want to share with you. We take care of each other by sharing with one another. Our people always operated not from a place of scarcity, but a place of abundance. That's how we take care of one another, and in harsh Arctic conditions, that is how we have survived for thousands of years. In our old stories, we talk about how one time a gwich'in man, he went and he became a vatsai. He learned the way of the caribou. He learned how they're supposed to be treated, how they're supposed to be respected. And then he came back and he became a man, a gwich'in person again. And they said for months after he became a person again that he was even throwing up lichen. If I imagine myself as a vatsai, if I imagine myself as a female caribou, what do I need? I need a fresh water source. I need lichen. I need food to eat, to thrive. I need a refuge, a birthing place to have my babies that's free from oil development.
Yes.
I need these things to survive. When we go to a grocery store, there's a bit of a disconnect. We don't know who butchered, who got that animal, those animals that are there, or who grew those fruits, those vegetables, that are there, unless we are having good labels on everything, right? Who wants to eat genetically engineered salmon? Who wants to eat things that are not from the natural world? So as I think about what we need to do today, we need to restore balance. There's so much imbalance in our daily lives, and the catalyst for change is here. The catalyst for change is here. Like others have said, climate change is that catalyst that brings us together. Just today, they announced a 5-year plan for offshore oil development. In that plan, and it's a draft plan, they included opening up once again the Chukchi and Beaufort in the Arctic. And down in Louisiana, they want to open it up again. But in the Atlantic, they're keeping it closed. Climate change is illuminating the injustices and the disparities that we face as Indigenous people. I want to point that out. If I was a whale, the last thing I would want is to see in my ocean was oil drilling, oil development. That is an old way of thinking. Here we have all these scientists, we have innovators. We need to bring our best selves to the table. The answer is within our hearts, it's within our spirits. If we really work together and come together and hold hands. My nieces were up here singing about we paved over paradise. I'm so proud of them for taking that stand and for sharing that love and joy in their hearts. But we truly need to wake up right now and see that we need to work together. The answers are locally, and challenge these people that say they stand up for all Alaskans. Sullivan, Murkowski, Young. We need to challenge them and say, we are grassroots Alaskans and we don't want to see that.
Yeah.
We want to protect our last remaining intact ecosystems. Is that so much to ask? So I want to leave you with a sense of hope and joy for the future. It's very important in these times that we envision, what do you want Alaska to look like in the future? What do you imagine for this beautiful land? For this blessing of this life and this earth, and what we want for our future generations. Envision it and work towards it and make it happen right now. Masik cho shalaknai. I send much love to you and all your families and all the scientists here. May all their research be blessed.
Yes.